Hi, I'm Judith Choate, author of A Reader's Cookbook. Today we're going to be cooking a Dal Pancake. It's a traditional Indian dish, so if you're in the midst of reading one of the great writers of the subcontinent, these would be great snacks to have on hand, or they can also be used as a side dish. Well, actually, before I even started this, I soaked my lentils. Dal meaning any legume, Indian cooking. These happen to be yellow split peas. You could also make this dish with lentils or with green split peas. They've been soaking for 2 hours to soften them. I'm going to strain off the liquid and throw them directly in the food processor. We're going to add a number of other things to this, but for the moment, they'll be sitting there by themselves in the processor. We're going to add some vegetable broth. You can now buy it canned or cryovac. You can also make it yourself. Some spices, little bit of turmeric. Turmeric doesn't have much taste, but it does add that vibrant yellow color that so much of the food of the subcontinent has. Some cumin, which is almost all Indian cooking has some cumin, and a little pinch of cinnamon, just a pinch. Then we're going to add some onion, which in my recipe in the book I do tell you to chop before you add, but to tell you the truth, if you've got a good eye, you can estimate the amount and just cut it into small pieces and add it to the processor. It's all going to get chopped up anyway. I'm going to add some chili pepper. This happens to be a jalapeno. However, you could use any chili pepper you'd like. I'm going to put about this much. You could use a whole chili pepper if you like heat. Just remember that when you use chili peppers and you cut them and your fingers touch them, that the heat stays on your fingers and you can burn your eyes or your mouth. So, and sometimes if you're not used to handling them, as you do what I just did, you'll also get burning on your fingertips. I've been doing this for so long, I don't think I feel anything in my fingertips anymore. I think that with a cuisine that you don't know well, just as with perhaps the writers you don't know well, when you have a chance to smell all of the aromas that make up that cuisine, you get a better sense even of the writer. We're going to put some garlic in. There's little garlic jiggers that you can press on and the garlic skins will come off. Just as easy to peel it quickly, unless of course you were doing a lot of garlic. I'm going to cut it directly right into the pot. And then some ginger. This is a fresh ginger root. And for it, ginger is a little stringy and woody. So rather than put it in hunks into the food processor, I'm going to use my microplane, which is really nothing more than a tool, a rasp. I'm going to grate the ginger right into the processor. This you get really the essence of the ginger, but you don't have the woodiness. Oh, it smells so wonderful. Very, very aromatic. We also need to add some cilantro, which is used both in cooking of the subcontinent, Latin America, some Spanish cooking, but mostly just Latin American cooking, and certainly in South Asian cooking. People either like it or hate it. I've had people tell me it tastes like old socks. It happens to be one of my favorite herbs. I find it very fresh and just, I don't know, green tasting. It always smells to me like you're eating something really healthy. So that's our cilantro. Then we're also going to add some flat leaf parsley. It might be called Italian parsley in your market. It's not quite as pungent as curly leaf parsley, but it still has that nice green parsley taste. And all of these flavors, although they're going to get chopped up in the processor and the pancake itself is going to be fried, you'll still get a real sense of the flavors of the subcontinent. Then we add a little bit of scallion. And again, the recipe calls for it to be pre-chopped. You don't need to do that. Let the food processor do the work for you. I'm a big proponent of letting machines do what they can do better sometimes than you can. And it's time saving. We all are looking for ways to save time. And the more you use this little processor to get your day going, the more time you'll have to sit up, curl up with a good book. There we go. Got a little mess here, but that's okay. All cooking is a little messy. We're going to run it in the processor. This is a dish you don't need to puree it, but you do need to have it chopped fairly finely. And see, when I lifted that off, I almost got a catch in my breath because of the mixture of the garlic and chili. You don't want to stick your nose down there and inhale too much. We're going to take it off, pour some in the measuring cup, only because it's a way to pour it easily into the pan when we get ready to fry it. I'm going to stir in some yogurt, and voila! We're going to fry up our pancakes now. I'm using a non-stick skillet and ghee, which is nothing more than clarified butter or butter that's been heated to have the milk solids removed from it. I'm going to use a paper towel to sop up the extra fat. And I'll raise my heat a little bit so the pan is very hot when we add the batter to it. You see that the batter has that wonderful yellow color that the turmeric has given it. Just have to get the pan good and hot. Spreading it out, I want a fairly large pancake. Now we're going to lower the heat so it doesn't cook too fast. Now we just have to watch it cook. We want it to get nice and golden brown before we turn it. It'll have to set a bit, just like a regular American pancake would do, where you wait to see the bubbles. This is not going to show us any bubbles, but we are going to want it to be nice and brown and firm so that we can easily turn it. You can see as I touch it, it's not anywhere near that point yet. Patience. All cooks have to have patience. There we go. You can see it. Here we have our dal pancake, beautifully fried, not one bit fattening, nice, healthy snack. You can serve it just like this, rolled up and out of hand. You can serve maybe 3 of them together for a lunch dish. You can serve them as a side dish with a curry. However you eat it, it's a wonderful dish to enjoy learning more about the subcontinent through reading a wonderful Blooper book or getting into a wild discussion with your club about the work of Salman Rushdie. For more tips on cooking from the subcontinent and elsewhere to enjoy with your books, please pick up a Reader's Cookbook.